In this video, we'll be exploring JavaScript operators. There are different types of JavaScript operators, such as arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and conditional operators. So let's start with arithmetic operators. Firstly on the list, we got addition operator. We use addition operator, the plus operator, to add numbers to each other or join strings to one. Let's try addition operator, which is the plus operator. So let's say we have a number here. Let's make it 10. And let's have a y variable as well. Let's name it 20. And if we console log this with the addition operator, so let's run our code. You can see it gives us the answer 30, which is the addition of these both numbers. Let's change them a little bit, or let's add a new number here. Let's make a variable called z, and let's make it 5. So if we add z here with the addition number, with the addition operator, so let's save our code and run it again. Here we get 35. And let's try addition operator with strings as well to join both strings into one. Let's say we have string 1 here, which says subscribe. And let's say we have string 2 here, which says to my channel. So let's console log this, and string 1 plus, which is the addition operator, string 2, and let's save our code and let's run it. You can see we got subscribe to my channel, but you might want to add some spaces here. As you can see, it doesn't have spaces by its own, so we need to have our spaces. We need to put spaces manually. Let's do this and run. So now you can see we have spaces between them. So now we have subtraction operator, which is the minus sign. So let's try this one as well. We use this to subtract numbers from each other. Let's have a variable called x and assign it the value of 5. And let's have a variable of y and let's make it 1. So let's console log this, x minus y, which is the subtraction operator, or you can call this dash. Let's save our code and run this one, and you can see we got the value of 4. Or we can do things like this. Let's have a variable called z, and let's assign the z variable to x minus y, and let's console log z here. So when we do this, we got the same value, but instead of console logging this here, x minus y, we assign it to a variable called z, so we can access it later. So if we do it this way, we can access it later in our code, but if we do it like this inside the console log, we can't access it. So here on the list we got multiplication operator, which we use this sign to show it. And let's have numbers here. Let's have our variables called x, which is 5, and let's have our variable called y, and let's make this one 5 as well. And now let's console log these values. x and y. So you can see we got the value, we got the multiplied value. And now division operator. Division operator is this one, slash sign. We use this one to make divisions with numbers. So let's say const x, and let's assign the value of 6 to it. And let's have const y and assign the value of 3 to it. Now, if we cancel like this, like that, x division, which is slash, and y, and save our code, here we got the value, the division. So if you're new to coding or programming, not JavaScript as coding general, you may confuse this division operator with this one. But this is the modulus operator. This gives the remainder of the division. So let's try this one. Here we got 0, which is the division remainder. So don't confuse this one with the division operator. Division operator is slash, and this is the modulus operator. It gives the remainder of the division. And let's make it 5 to 2, and let's see what we got. 1. So you can see it gives us the remainder of the division. So now we have increment operator, which is plus plus. We use this operator to increase the number by 1. So let's say we have a number here called x, and let's make it 5. So if we increase this by, if we want to increase this number by 1, instead of doing this, like, let's run this code. Oh, we didn't console log. Let's run it again. So we got 6, right? Instead of writing this code, we can just use the increment operator, which is plus plus. Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. X and plus plus, which is the increment operator, which increases the number by 1. So let's run it. We got 6. So instead of writing a code like this, we can just use x plus plus. You see, it does the same thing. And we have decrement operator as well to decrease the number by 1. So instead of doing it, writing the code like this, we can use the decrement operator, which is the x minus minus or dash dash. And if we check this out, it gives us the same value. And now we have assignment operators, which is the equal sign. You may think this one is used for equals, but this is actually an assignment operator. So if we say this, let's say we have an x variable here, and let's say x equals to 1. But we say it x equals to 1, but what we're actually doing is we're assigning 1 to x here with the assignment operator. So let's have x here, which is 1, and let's have y here, which is 2. So instead of assigning them like this one, x equals x plus y, and let's console log this. Oh, we're using const. We can change constants. Don't make this mistake like me. Use let if you want to change the number. So let's run this one again. So you see we have 3. So instead of writing the code like this one, which is a long way of doing it, we can just use this one, x plus and equals y, which will give us the value of 5 because we increased it once and we increased it again. So let's just try this one, only x plus equals y. So you see we have 3. So as always, we have other versions of this operator as well. So if we want to subtract 1 from 2, instead of writing the code like this one, y equals y minus x, let's cancel log y here. It gives us 1, but instead of writing the code like this one, we can just use minus equals or subtract equals to x. You can see we still get the same value. And we have other versions of this one as well. So let's say if we want to multiply these numbers, so instead of doing it like this one, let's change the numbers. Let's make the x 3. So instead of doing like x equals x multiplied by y, let's cancel log x. We got 6. So instead of writing the code like this one, we can just write x multiply and equals to y. And let's run it. We have the same value. And same with the division operator. Let's just add division equals to y. And let's run it. We've got our value. Instead of writing the code like this one, x division y, which is the same value, we just write the code like this one, x divided and equals y. And now we have comparison operators. These are used to compare numbers to each other. So let's say we have x here, which is 1, and let's say we have y here, which is 2. Let's check if they are equal to each other. So instead of just adding one assignment operator to check equality, we just use 2 assignment operators. If we type the assignment operator twice, it becomes the equality operator. So let's check if x is equal to y. So if x equals to y, yeah, let's write x and y are equal. So if not, let's write x and y are not equal. So let's run it. So we see x and y are not equal. These are comparison operators. We just compare numbers to each other, variables to each other. So we have the exclamation mark, which is not. This exclamation mark means not. If we use this operator, which is exclamation mark and equal sign, it becomes not equal. Now we're checking for if they are not equal. So let's make our console logs, and if we run the code, it'll console log x and y are not equal because we are checking for not equals. Run the code. Yeah, and you can see it says x and y are not equal because we are checking for. Now on the list we have greater than. This operator checks if x is greater than y. And let's say if it's greater than, let's say x is greater than y, and if it's not, let's say x is not greater than y. Let's run the code, and you say it console logs x is not greater than y. Let's change the number to 5. Let's change the x to 5 and run it again. Run the code, and it says x is greater than y. So we have, and now we have greater than or equal to. If we put greater than sign and assignment operator, which is the equal sign to it, it checks if it's greater than or equal to. Let's make y 5 as well, and let's check, and let's modify our console log text here. X is greater than or equal to, and let's make x is not greater than or equal to y. So this will console log the first text here because they are both equal, and we are checking for if they're greater than or equal than the y. And let's run the code. So as you can see, we got the first text here, first console log, because this condition is true. Let's check it, and we can use it with less than operator as well. Let's check if it's less than or equal to y. This will output the first console log because the condition is still true because they are still equal. Let's run it, and you can see x is greater than or equal to y. But if we make y 3 and let's run without debugging, x is not greater than or equal to y. We got the second output because this condition is not true. And now we got logical operators, which are these one. This is the AND operator. Logical operators, we can check for different types of conditions. If we don't use this logical operator, we can only check for one condition. But if we use the logical operator, let's say we want x to be lesser than or equal to y, and we want the numbers to be not equal to each other. So if we do it this way, x is less than y, and they are not equal. So if we run the code, it will give us the second console log because one of these conditions are false, which is the first one. X is not less than 5. I mean 3, the y. So we have OR operators. We have the OR operator, which is 2 lines, 2 vertical lines. With the AND operator, we want both conditions to be true, but with the OR operators, we want one of these conditions to be true. We don't need both of them to be true. We just need one of them to be true, and we can console like this one. We can enter this if statement by one of them being true. Let's run this code as well. So you can see we output the first console log because x is not equal to y. We checked if x is less than or equal to y, which is not true. If we didn't use this OR operator, it will just console like the else here. But we said if this is not true, we can check this one as well. So we said or x is not equal to y. It checked this one was false, and it checked this one, x is not equal to y. And you can see x is not equal to y, and it and this one is true. So we entered the if here, and which console log the x is less than y and x is not equal to y. So this was all for this video. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this one.